Assalamu alaikum. Good evening to all. Uh, as yesterday we could not able to do any class, like my account was got compromised, and it was I have modified some of the security changes yesterday, and it's taking a lot of time from Microsoft to get update. It's as for Microsoft, it will take 48 hours to get updated. So I have created a new account. Let me share my screen. Yeah. So will be creating a new account here. So with a new account like seco10x at seco10x.microsoft.com. So click on start. So try using for a free. So I think you all people has already done that. Just for the information, Nasim Nisa, have you created your new account, new Azure account? Like yesterday, we were facing some issue in your account as well, right? We have completed that. Save next. So next time, whenever you are creating an Azure account, you try to create from O365. Like first, you try to log into an O365. In an O365, you create your free trial account. From that O365, you create your Azure account. What is the advantage for that is nothing but your Active Directory users and detail users will be get fetched automatically. So Wahid, is it fine now? Are you able to hear my voice? Great. Here my account has been created. Okay. First of all, today we will be discussing about Azure back. So what are the tasks for today? What we are going to do today? First, we'll be creating virtual machines. Then second, enabling backup. Creating vault. Creation of backup policy. Perform on demand backup. 6, scheduling the backup tasks. Deleting the VMs. Restoring back from backup. Stopping backup. Clearing the setup. So these all are the things what we are going to do uh, now today in our today's topic. These are the things what we are going to create. First, we will be creating a VMs, then we will be enabling the backup, and then we will be creating a vault, then we will be creating of backup policies, then we will performing on-demand backups, then we will be scheduling the backup tasks, deleting the VMs, restoring back from the backup, and stopping the backups jobs. Sorry, stopping the backup schedule, then clearing the setup. Okay. So these all are the things what we will do in our today's scenario. Okay. So first, let me create a virtual machine. That's a default virtual machine I am creating. Nasim Nisa, just you can check. I think you have faced some issue regarding yesterday creation of VMs. First, you need to click on create, then go for virtual machine. So hope I am audible to all, right? Fine. So here again subscription, right? Subscription, go to subscription. I could not see any subscription details over here. Not getting any subscription. Okay. Let's go here and say login. I got a subscription in this window. So it has taken some time for me to load to get the subscription details. Okay. We'll go for virtual machine. So here, go and create a virtual machine. So automatically you got a subscription, Azure subscription one. So here you need to create a resource group. So just click on create new. So I will be creating as demo 01. Let us say backup demo. Okay. Let us say okay. Right. So then you need to select the virtual machine name that is called as test 001. Okay. Then now I will be selecting my region as East US, or I will be selecting as Central India, Asia Pacific Central India. And availability zones, I will be selecting as availability zones over here. Okay. So let's keep it as a default. Okay, let's use instead of Windows machine, we will use a Ubuntu machine right now. So which gives us a very low cost. Okay. SSH public key. I'm creating generate new public key, and the key pair name, it's test 001 underscore key. So I'm not doing anything changes over here. I'm not going for any storage, disk, network management, monitoring. I'm not doing anything. Just see here, just I'm creating a new backup demo as a resource group, and I have mentioned as a virtual machine name, and then I have selected the zone. I've kept everything as a default, and I will say review and create. See, virtual machine will be creating now. Meanwhile, let me explore few things on O365, as you have not seen an O365 console. So this is a Microsoft 365 Admin Center console. So which I have created just now. Okay. So here, if you can expand this, you have n number of options. Like you have a users, active users, contact, guest users, deleted, means all the users which has been deleted. So teams, groups, and you can see some roles assignments here. So you can have an AI administrator, exchange administrator, global administrator. So these all roles are the roles which are available in our AD roles, Active Directory roles. So these both are the same. Okay. And we have options called as um, you can manage your Azure from your Azure console. Like if you click on directly Azure, you will be redirected to Azure portal here, and you have an Exchange, and you have a SharePoint, you have a Teams, and you have a Power Platform. So if you want to manage your identity, see, you have a separate tool here called as identity. So here what happened is Microsoft now he has divided some services based upon the business, or based upon the cloud services. Like he has given Azure as an complete cloud based resource environment, and to manage that resource he has given as identity as a separate tool. So that is called as exchange, means Entra ID or management ID. So you can see the icon. This icon is a little bit different. So it's Microsoft Entra Admin Center. So here it provides you like app registrations, roles and administration, domain services, and authentication methods. Like you have MFA authentications, and like number of authentications you can provide, and multiple options like password resets. So entirely it's provided as Microsoft Entra Admin Center. So it's nothing but it's a Entra ID. It's same as your Azure Entra ID. If you can see here, just let me explore both the things. So these are some of the new concept which I'm telling you right now. Okay. Yeah. Microsoft Entra ID. If you can see manage, you have a users, you have a Seco10x is a one user. And if you can go here and you can see the users, here also you have one user. Okay. What I will do is I will create a user in O365. Let's say create new user. I'm creating one user over here. Okay, let me say as uh, test user 001. Okay, display name test user. Okay, password I will keep as not as auto generated. Okay, okay, let's keep as auto generated password. Just I'm not using the anyone any password now. Just I want to show some changes what happened here. Okay. Create. So user is successfully created. Just refresh it. I have a test user called as user, and here you can come here and you can refresh here. You can see you have a user here. Means in your O365 admin center, if you have created any user in this column, then automatically it will be fetched, or it will be come into it will be populated in your Azure AD. So all the users which you have getting created in your Entra ID will be associated or will be reflecting in this users also. So these Microsoft 365 admin center is used to manage your active directory users, and that users can be that users we can use here. Like for example, let me do one thing. So let me show you one difference over here. Okay, so once you comes to groups. Okay, so let me create one new group. Okay, I'm creating a new group. VM is get created. Let me create, let me uh, create another VM also parallelly. Meanwhile, we will do that. And moreover, we will have a session tomorrow and day after tomorrow also. Okay. Just 002. So if I am fast, just let me know so that I can slow down my speed. Yeah, we are into a group section, right? We will have we have two options, plus security and Microsoft 365. So if you go for Microsoft 365, here you are mentioning a group name and group email address and group description. What is this about Microsoft 365? It's called as your distribution list or distribution group. You can call it as distribution group. For example, if I want to send an email to a particular team, okay, so for example, let us take a team called as an operational team. I have an operational team. An operational team has like 15 members or 20 members in a particular team. So I cannot remember all of them in I am the new person to an new person, new employee. I am not able to understand, means I'm a new employee. I don't know whom to send an email. So I know only one group ID, that is called as operational mail ID. So I will mention an operational mail ID and I will send an email. So that email will be distributed to all the users or all the email address which are part of that particular group. That is called as distribution email addresses or distribution email ID. So that is called as, also called as Microsoft 365 ID, M365 ID. So here I will be giving as group name like operational and something. Let me take. I'm doing in Azure platform here. You can see a membership type. I cannot able to change the membership type. Why? Because I am not authorized to do that. So the same thing can be done from here. If you go here and I go for groups, if you are creating a new group, okay, I will be selecting as the M365, or let me take as security group, say as operation. Okay. Operations. It's not giving select dynamic assign for this group. Okay. So you can see here you have one more center, one more column called as Microsoft 365 Admin Center. Here also you have multiple users. So whenever I created a user, so all the users are reflecting here. So don't be get little bit get confused. So there are multiple ways from where you can create the users, or we can create the groups. Okay. So this is one option that is called as Microsoft Entra Admin Center, the same as your Azure Entra Center. And you have one more option is called as your Microsoft 365 Admin Center. Okay. And you have one more option called as Exchange, your Exchange Admin Center, which is your mailing server. Okay. It's not working. Your questions. Let us see why it's getting. Okay. So active users, let's create one distribution group. We will create two groups, security group. Okay, security group demo 01. Add members. So adding a user over here. Create. So this is a security group I am creating now. So I will be creating another group called as distribution group. Operations. Okay. You come to your Active Directory, means Microsoft 365 Admin Center. Just refresh this now. See, you have two groups. One is called as Seco10x, which is one default one. So Teams and Microsoft 365 groups. And if you click distribution list, nothing is there. If you click on security groups, you will see the security demo which we have created it. So sync status is showing us in cloud. So in cloud it got synced. Okay. And operation is you have one email address. You can use this email address for sending an emails. Okay. So like this, we have different types of groups which we will be creating it. So we will be creating in Microsoft Entra Admin Center, as well as we can create, we can use the same here also, groups, all groups. You have operational and security demo. So you can see here, group type is Microsoft 365 and a security. So membership type is assigned. Okay. Let me see, I can change the membership type here. Change the membership type. Let me see why it's not getting. Select dynamic assign membership for this group. Let's come to our topic. Creation. So these are some basic differences. So we will have one session which I will explore during the MFA creation, allowing MFA authentications. We will be using our O365 M365 account. Okay. And also at the time of explaining the privilege and identity, so I will be using the O365 M365. So at that time I will discuss more about the differences. Okay, now let's come to our topic, virtual machine. So we have two virtual machines which are running, both are in a Linux platform. So how to, the first step is nothing but creation of virtual machine is done. Next is we need to enable the backup. Okay. Click on any of the virtual machine and you can say backup plus disaster recovery. So go for backups. Here you can see we are creating a new backup, and that is into a resource backup resource demo, and you will have a backup vault over here. So from here also you can enable the backup, but here choose the backup policy. We have not yet created any backup policy. If you want, you can create backup policy from here, but I don't want to do here by enabling. First I want to create an eval. Okay, for that I will be going for disaster recovery. Then disaster recovery. Create. It's a recovery service for the So go for backup vault. So we have a separate vault which is called as our backup vault. So we will be creating a backup vault here. So first we will be creating a backup vault in the same resource group. So what is the use of backup vault? Backup vault which stores all the your virtual machine backups. So you name it as my backup vault demo 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. The name should be unique. Yes, it has been taken. And region I am selecting as Central India. By default, it has taken as a Central India. Then backup storage redundancy, I need to select any one of the option. It's local redundancy or zero redundancy or geo redundancy. So geo redundancy means the backups can able to store your store in a geographical area, means from East US to West US, you can transfer your data, but where it will be costing very high. Why? Because the data transfer will be costing, which will be get billed to you. Okay, and then zone redundancy. So in a single area, like if you are using backup in your US East, then in a US East contain multiple zones, and that zone the data will be stored in another zone. So if you select this one, and local is nothing but within the same zone, it will not transfer to any other zone or any geographical location. So first, like, let me select first as local redundant. Okay, so next for vault properties, I will keep it as default. So tags and then review and create. So I will be creating a backup vault now. So what is the use of backup vault? Backup vault is a just like you can call it as a repository, or it's a vault. It's a storage where you will be storing your backup data. Your data will be backed up in a backup vault only. Okay. Yes. Yes. Successful. My backup vault has been created now. You can see manage. So what are the backup instances? It will reflect over here. And you can also mention the logs. Okay, that we will do it later. So let's come to backup policies. Okay. So this is one of the important thing, like how you are going to create the policy. So backup policy, first you need to add a policy to the rule. So I am naming it as daily backup. Okay. And I am selecting the resource. So what I want to backup daily, Azure disks are storages, are services, are my SAN storages. What do you want to do? So I will say as Azure disk. So select the backup vault details. So by default, the backup vault has been selected here. Why? Because within this vault, I am creating a policy. So say next for schedule. So what is a schedule? So daily at what time? So I will say daily at 11:30 p.m. Let me make it as 11 p.m., which starts me a backup. Okay, from here, from now it's another 15 minutes, right? Say next, review and create. Now what this policy will do, this policy will automatically trigger on my virtual machines and it will take the backup. So I have created a daily backup policy. It's done. Why still it's not reflecting? It was taking some time. Yeah. Now I got its daily backup policy, which is already scheduled. Okay. If you click on that, you will get the uh, it's a default rule. So if you can see the retention period, so backup frequency every day 23 Indian Standard Time. So every day it will be backup. So operational data store retention for 7 days. So by default value is for 7 days. You can modify that also. I don't want to do right now. So let me go and check it first. Yeah. So come to an easy to your come to an your virtual machine, and here just you go back and click backup again. Here, if you want to use new backup, then you will be using as create new. So I don't want to use the new backup here. So I will be using as why it is not reflecting backup fault. Okay. Go for backup vault and let's go for demo and backup instance. So no backup instance has been backed up. So I can select here. So say as backup, configure backup. Okay. Okay. So this is only for the disk which we have created. Data source type is Azure disk. Select next. So backup policy, I'm selecting as backup policy and select next. You have to add the resources over here. So add and edit. See, you have multiple disks that is called as your test disk 01 or test disk 02. So it's not taking an entire VM backup now. So it's only taking the disk backup of a particular disk. Like let me take an you have an application disk, and for your application disk you are performing a backup. So at that point you can use these backup policy that is called as by creating a new backup vault, and from there you can use to create your disks to be get backed up. Okay. Selecting any one disk that is called as test 01. So next, it's not verified. Error code, it's nothing but I don't have a role. I don't have any roles to, I don't have a permission to assign this backup configuration, backup disk. Yeah. Let's try to do it from here. We will doing as create new backup. It's called as vault 626, and we have a edit this policy. We will be editing this policy. So here every hourly we will be making it as daily. Yep. Instance restore. So retention instance recovery snapshot is for 7 days. I can keep for more than 7 days also. Retention policy I can modify. By default is a 7 days. Retention of daily backup point is for 30 days. I am keeping it. So retention of weekly backup point I am not configured. Like no, I did not configure any backup point for a weekly. Okay. I have modified this policy. I will be naming as daily hyphen VM hyphen backup. I'm using the same like daily hyphen VM backup, and this is a schedule. So say okay. So new backup policy will get created. So here I'm selecting number of disks which need to be get backup. Say as enable backup. Yes, now the deployment is done. Let's go and see backup here. Initial backup is pending. Its first backup is pending. So very quickly we will do the backup for another. So you can see in a backup items, we have one backup item which is been scheduled. So let's go for another virtual machine. Go for backups, and you can select your existing backup. That is my existing backup, the first which we have created. By default has been taken, and I'm using a default policy. So For backup items, it's getting recovery service vault. You can see here, a new vault has been created. Protected items, go to protected items. You can see here backup items. Go and check. You have two virtual machines getting backed up. So storage and SQL database, all this you can get backed up. So I'm using two virtual machines which are getting backed up. So the status still showing me as rechecks as passed, but warning was not performed or not initialized. Let me see. This we have hourly log backup default policy, and which the policy which we have created just now, daily VM backup and enhanced policy. And hourly log backup is mostly used for your SQL servers. So here, like you can use your infrastructure also as a backup. So backup management server. A backup management server is like a server which will be used to manage your backups on your on-prem, which we used to do it. Go for backup items and see the history. My virtual machines. It should start the backup. You can see here under monitoring backup jobs. Go for uh, configuration is completed, but first backup is not yet done. Let's wait for some more time. It will start as per the schedule. Like we have mentioned, 11 p.m. So in here also you can identify is there any backups has been created or not. Manually, you can do the backup from here by using go to the particular VM and go for backup, and you can click on backup now. It is called as on-demand backup. We can call it as on-demand backup. Retention backup till 10/19/2025. It's still for 1 month. So I have executed a backup job over here now. That you can also see here, like, yeah, see, test 02 is now getting in progress. Because test 02 in progress. It has taken some time. Like this one is got failed, which we have done manually, I believe. Why? Because this job is already started. So test 01, test 02 was already started. So this is a manual test which I have run. Error code, you can see the error code. User error backup operation in progress. So unable to initiate the backup in order to backup operation is currently in progress. Okay. So the backup operation was in progress. So that's the reason why it was failed. Like other backup was running on the same virtual machine. So it was not failed. You can try refresh here. We need to wait till the backup get completed. Okay. Is in progress. This is the reason why I have not chosen Windows machine. Windows machine will take lot of time. Why? Because the size of disk is very high and it will take a lot of time. But for the Linux, it won't take a lot of time. Actually, it has taken last like 8 minutes. Yeah. Meanwhile, let us try to create any other storages and create the backups for that. Let's go for disks. We have a two disk. We will create another disk. Disk name app. It's zone one. Source type is a disk. Creating 1024 GB and review and create. For disks and like we have already configured as a backup vault. In the backup vault, I will be using as my disk, saying as backup instances. So I will adding as a backup, configuring a backup. It's an Azure disk and vault this one. So say next backup policy, I'm using a DD backup policy, default policy. And here I will be adding my disk over here, which says app001. So select. It's not verified, so I will be validating it. Assign. So what type of role you need to assign here? Which role you are talking about? Like if you have click on this shell demo, IMA role we need to assign here, which is called as contributor role we need to assign. So we don't have a contributor role, so that's the reason this operation is not getting performed. So go for IMA and go for role assignment. Here we have only one role, that is our subscription role. So here we need to add another role also. We will saying as add a role assignment. It's like backup contributor. So you manage backup but cannot delete vault and give the access to others. Okay. So I am assigning as a backup contributor role. So next. So I am selecting a member to whom I need to assign this role. This is a role for this user. Okay. So next. And review and assign. So now let's try to do some backups. Go for backup instance. Backup configure disk. So next backup policy, yes, I will be adding a row, sorry, adding a disk. Still. This is a role which we need to assign. Disk and snapshot resource group permissions are missing. Where we need to assign this? Anyone idea? In IMA, right? We need to assign in IMA or anyone, any other. Anyone where I can assign this role? Yes,
Sir, no one is there in the class, sir, except me, I think.
yeah, just now I see.
Yeah, I mean, I think we need to assign. It is asking for a disk assignment, sir.
Yes, disk
Disk,
assignment.
disk and snapshot.
Yes, right, correct. We need to assign at the disk level, right?
Yeah, and snapshot also.
Assign this role at resource group level, not on disk level. Because these all the disks are in a particular one resource group, right? So we need to assign it a means a resource group level. Disk snapshot contributor. I'm selecting this code. Select the number of still taking some time. Okay, why let's end up the class here. So still the backup is going on. Let's wait for some more time, and tomorrow we will show you, I will show you about the restoration process. Yeah. And for tomorrow's class, we will send a message on in a group. Okay.